Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ass Show, the Armenian and Salvi Show. I'm your host, Savan. That's my co host, Rain, right there. We have reached episode 3, titled Gym Staff. Before we get into episode number 3, we would like to thank you guys for episodes 1 and 2, the feedback that we got, the constructive criticism, all the comments, everything, guys. I mean, it's just been a good 2 weeks, and we're beginning to enjoy this more and more. So hopefully you guys are feeling the same way. If you haven't yet, you guys go ahead, subscribe to our channel, the Ass Show Podcast Official. And with that said, we're going to jump right into episode number 3, Gym Staff. And Renee's going to start it off.
So before we started off, just going based off of what he said, thanking you guys tremendously. The love, the likes, the share, the subscriptions, everything that you guys have done. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we will continue accepting all the constructive criticism, once again, like he mentioned, but we will continue doing this and hope you guys are enjoying it. Now, gym staff. So I will start off with saying customer service is something that's very, very big for me.
And sorry to cut you off. Just so you guys know, this is regarding more of corporate commercial gyms like LA Fitness, 24-Hour Fitness, Crunch, Planet Fitness, I don't know, all those ones.
Yeah, so all the commercial gyms that
Yeah.
you guys know of, that you guys pay your monthly dues and all that good stuff.
And it should be in general too. Like, I mean, private gyms too. I mean, I go to a few private gyms as well. So this goes for that too. But mostly it's the bigger corporate gyms because that's where we're at. So
Correct. And at the end of the day, if you really think about it, no matter what you do, no matter what type of job you have, you deal with customer service. Okay.
Right.
So when I come into a gym, and I'll give you guys a scenario. I've already struggled the whole day, me not wanting to come to the gym. Maybe I had a rough day at work, whatever. We all go through situations. But the fact that you don't acknowledge me when I come in, and it's not just me because, oh, I think I'm the shit. No, it's the fact that it's customer service. Somebody comes in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How are you doing? If you don't want to ask how you're doing, just, thank you for coming in today. Showing some type of manners, going back to, showing customer service. So those are the type of things that you should do when it comes to gym staff, or in this case, front desk.
that's what I was gonna say regarding. What is it regarding? So there's like front desk, there's sales, there's
Correct. So in this case, right, exactly. So this is exactly, we're talking about front desk. Also, talking about front desk, it is not appropriate to have a member come into the gym while you guys are eating. And unfortunately, sometimes you guys are not eating anything healthy. I mean, I've seen all types of stuff. I've seen chips, I've seen donuts, and once again, it just doesn't look right. You don't know what that person has struggled throughout the day that you guys show up to a gym. And I'll give you an example. I'll try not to state any gyms in particular, but if you've been to this particular gym and you follow this gym, you know what I'm talking about. The simple fact that you have donuts at a gym, that to me is just uncalled for. And to top it off, it's at the front desk. Going back to front desk. Why? If you want to eat unhealthy, if you want to eat the way you want to eat, that's okay. But you're not helping out the members. Going back to customer service.
Yeah, what kind of examples that you're setting? If you're at a gym, people are there to get healthy, and if they're eating donuts, I mean,
it's just it just doesn't look right, And like other gyms that every once a month they have pizza, which to me is mind blowing, because if I'm struggling, if my biggest issue is food, how, as a type of gym, why would you have that, at the front desk? It's totally that's not right. But going back, it's still front desk. But going back to what I was saying, the acknowledgement is important. Now let's even get more specific. We create friends, we create acquaintances, we create sometimes even relationships with employees at the gym. If you and I broke up, if you and I are no longer friends, if you and I are no longer whatever enemies, whatever you want to call it, if you're on the clock, you acknowledge the person that comes in. no matter what situation, what's your personal life, you got to keep that outside. So the fact that I come into a gym and you don't want to say hi to me because you feel some type of way, because you're having a bad day, because you don't like that person anymore, that's incorrect. That's totally wrong. And I can be a dick and go talk to your manager, coming from someone that works in healthcare. Okay, so bottom line, like I said, it doesn't matter where you work or what you do customer service. You acknowledge that person that comes in. You say something to them. And that shows not only respect, but believe it or not, sometimes a simple hi can go a long way and just could pump me up for my workout, not knowing what I've been through that day.
So basically, people got to leave personal issues aside while they're at work. I know it's easier said than done, guys, but that's the reality of it. That's the right thing to do. That's what basically he's saying. So
that's correct. With that said, sometimes that can even fall back to just workers in general at the gym. I feel that sometimes the level either of respect or manners is just not there, in the sense of, people can pass right by you. They don't say anything, don't acknowledge you. I've even gotten from staff that will look at me, either dog me, roll their eyes, whatever it is. I mean, guys, at the end of the day, you're getting paid. You're on the clock. You should feel that heartwarming type of gym, So it goes back to, hey, good morning or good afternoon. Just a simple acknowledgement. I'm not saying that please run to me and give me a hug and a kiss. Oh my God, Renee is here. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you need to show that level of respect. You got to show that type of customer service. And the workers, it happens a lot of times, And also talking about workers, I will give you guys a scenario that I actually lived at a particular gym before I say it, because I was going to say the gym, but I'm not going to. There was a older man. I'm going to even get specific. He was in his 70s. And the only reason why I'm going to say his diagnosis is because of the fact that I asked him after. So the man had a stroke. He was in a walker. He can walk. Obviously, he dragged his foot because he had a stroke. For people that don't know what a stroke is, it can, ruin the half of your face, half of your body. Bottom line, he was struggling to get onto the treadmill. Okay. 4 staff members passed right by him as he was struggling to get on the treadmill, did not help. Different size of people. And the reason why I specify this is because if you're, I'm going to say, on the smaller end, whether skinny or short, and you can't help that person, why did you say, excuse me, sir, why don't you wait for a second? Let me go get somebody that's more capable, more sturdy, more strong, more buff, whatever you want to use on there, and help that person out. I stood there and saw these 4 people pass by. Didn't say a single thing, not even a hi. But they looked at him. Because why? Because he walks funny, right? He walks a little different. So we're very quick on viewing how people walk, but we don't want to help them out. Why? It goes back to manners.
And another thing, sorry to cut you off, but when they're working for these big gyms, they're wearing a uniform with the name of the company. So they're actually representing the company as well. So that goes a long way as well. They're not representing themselves, they're representing the company when they have that shirt on. So that, just to keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, and not only that, but it goes back also to review, because I might not be the person to say something, and I might not be the person that viewed it, but somebody else will.
Well, people do complain. I mean, we hear it all the time. I mean, where my juice bar is at, people will complain if the music's too loud that we're playing, or if my employees are doing something wrong. We will hear it the next day. So people do see everything, guys.
And that's very true. So all it really took is, so now at that point, I went up to the member. I said, do you need my help? He says, yes. All he really needed was an arm, because he couldn't figure out how to get on the treadmill. So I gave him my arm. I didn't even do anything, but give him my arm. He grabbed onto me and got on the treadmill. He said, thank you so much. And that made his day. He gave me a big old smile. So little things that can go a long way, that can be very helpful. But we need to be mindful and not be so selfish, just to the simple fact that, you're at a gym and you assume that everyone is capable of either using the machines, getting on certain machines, or just, just because I have a stanky face, it has probably nothing to do with you. But the fact that you go out of your way, hey, good afternoon. I was like, oh, hey, I'm sorry. Damn, I'm sorry I gave you a face. Like, I appreciate you acknowledging me or saying hi. So that is also helpful, and be mindful of when you see people like that. Like, I've even had members at the gym say hi to me and they don't know me. So why is it that you, as a worker representing LA Fitness, 24-hour Fitness, Crunch Fitness, or whatever, Lifetime Fitness, whatever gym you go to or you work at, why is it that you can't do it? So it's very important to be mindful of those things.
And another thing is salespeople we want to talk about. Now, me personally, I'm not saying I'm this or that, but one main reason that I stopped working out at big gyms is the salespeople. For example, I'm working out, I'm third set, third exercise, whatever it is. I'm like deep into my workout, headphones on, I'm into it, have a nice pump going, want to keep it going. And they come up to you, try to sell you something. Clearly, I'm like in the zone right now. I mean, I get it. They're doing their job. You guys are doing your jobs. We get it. But clearly, that person doesn't want to be bothered, especially when they have headphones on. There's a time and place for everything. That's one main reason I don't really train at big gyms.
I just feel like there's, besides the appropriate time and place of doing it, and I understand the salespeople are there to hustle.
Right.
They're there
We get
to get their commission. And once again, I can speak on it because I used to work for a gym, so I know what it's like. But I feel that there's an appropriate time in the sense of like maybe on the way out, maybe on the way in, maybe as they get out of the sauna. But the fact that you want to do it like right when I'm doing cardio, okay, and
Yeah.
I'm on the Stairmaster out of breath, and you want to ask me if I can get you any contacts, like it's just, I'm sorry, it's just not going to work. And at the same time, it's very hard for me to be nice to you when you want to wave me down to tell me that you need some type of contact, or you want to sell me, your 6-week program, or whatever it is that you guys, have to sell, get your revenue on. There's better ways of handling that, and be mindful of, again, that a lot of people, I'm sure you guys have encountered it. There's a lot of people that have had, or sorry, that they're there at a crunch time. So on this commercial break, we want to thank our first sponsor, Recovery Zone. They are based on Van Nuys, California. And then the Recovery Zone, it's a one-stop shop. You can get, a lot of stuff. You can get pre-workout, smoothies, your hydration that's needed. Go ahead and give them a follow at recovery_zone_LA_official. That's on Instagram. Go ahead and give them a follow, give them a shout out. And their hours are gym hours. So whatever gym in Van Nuys, obviously LA Fitness, whatever hours they're open, you can go ahead and stop by, and you don't even have to be a member. You can go ahead and stop and buy something from them. Thank you guys, appreciate it. So as I was saying, for the moms and dads that, come to the gym and they're in a crunch time, whether, Kids Club is going to close and, it's only open to a certain time, or just simply they need to get home to their kids, or, whatever it is, be mindful. The salespeople need to be mindful of that also. So, because I've also seen that I know you guys want to be nice in approaching people, but at the same time, we or I or them or they, whatever, don't have the time to stand there and listen to you, especially if I've taken my pre-workout, I'm itchy, I need to get or I'm in the middle of the pump, like he said, like I'm in the middle of lifting. I don't have the time to hear what you have to say. I really don't, especially if you guys want to make it this long spiel and you want to convince me to buy the next big thing that you guys are selling. But going back to workers, especially on crunch hours, busy hours, I feel that the staff should be a little more involved on, rewhacking weights, putting things where it's, in its place. And don't get me wrong, I will clarify, I understand it's the member's responsibility. But unfortunately, we have a lot of donkeys and a lot of ash and, a lot of dumb people that don't want to follow the rules of the gym and just don't give a shit. Like they will leave the 20-pound dumbbells in the multi-purpose room or whatever the room is called.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, and they'll leave the bar somewhere else. They have, you know, at the squat racks there's double bars instead of it being one. Like,
Yeah.
and all this type of stuff that
That's another issue, that the fucking dumbbells, the handles missing, like shit's it's a fucking shit show. Like it's all over the place. Like you have to go search for the weight that you want, and it's all over the place. That's like crazy.
and what's even more interesting to me is
Going on for
I'll give you an
years.
example. Like there's the rope. You know, if you guys don't know what a rope is, the rope, the hook you can hook up on the cables. I think there's like 3 or 4 around the gym. Tell me why I've seen all 3 and 4 on one single corner. I don't get it. I don't get it. While the staff, okay, honestly, while the staff is on their phone, chopping it up, I've seen some dudes hitting on some girls on the clock with their shirt on, okay? So, meaning that you're stealing company time right there, where you should technically be, you know, trying to fix the gym, make it look tidy. And I get it. Once again, I'm being mindful of this. There's a lot of idiots.
They're probably
Yeah.
getting sales.
Right.
They're not probably
You know, it's this thing
trying to make
where,
a sale.
man, you know, but these are the things that we bring up to light that are gonna be helpful for the gym. It will make it a better gym. You know, who doesn't like to walk in to, I will be very specific, to a home that's clean, nice and tidy? Well, guess what? I'll be honest with you. Gym to me is home.
Well, that's
This-
what they call it. That's my home gym.
Right?
There's a reason it's called home gym.
Exactly. So I like to walk into a gym. I'm like, man, it even smells different here. Like, you know, oh wow, look, all the dumbbells are on there where they're supposed to go. They're all re-racked. You know, the plates are actually racked on where they're supposed to go, and not like laying on the floor where I can trip. So all these things and mind you, I'm saying this also having enough staff. I'm not saying when you're understaffed and there's people that called out and blah blah blah, getting more specific into it. No. I'm telling you, when there's a full staff of people, to top it off, guess where they like to hang out? All at the front desk. You got like 4 or 5 people. Not only they don't acknowledge you when you come in, but then the gym is a mess. So what do we got going on here? I mean, we have a party going on at the gym, or like what is this? Like there's need to be some type of order. But you know, this is why we're here to announce it to
New
you guys.
World Order. That's what we are. The New World Order. Hey, what's going on, guys? This part of the show is brought to you by one of our sponsors, LA Bakers Company. They are a local bakery. They make cookies. Their cookies are made fresh to order. There's 2 types of cookies they have right now at the moment. They have the Nutella chocolate chip and the chocolate chip chunk, and they come in a nice packaging right here, individually packaged for you guys. I'm going to give you their Instagram so you guys can go ahead and give them a follow, place your order with them. Trust me, you guys will not be disappointed. Their Instagram is LA_bakers_co. Once again, follow them on Instagram, LA_bakers_co. Thank you for watching this part of the show. Hey, what's going on, guys? So the next topic is gym managers. Go ahead.
So, my managers, what is going on? I mean, when you say managers, it means managing. It means setting the example.
Leading by
You're
example.
leading by example. You're the face, you can call it, of the company, or the CEO in this case. I've seen you guys coming in high, you know, with the blood red shut eyes. And don't get me wrong. I mean, we all love a little bit of weed. I'll speak for myself. I like to smoke it. I love my hashish. But I'll tell you right now, like I can't go to work like that. I can't show up to work high. Not only that, I've seen you guys in the car on your lunch break before coming into work. Clearly, I come into the gym at several times of the day. This is why I'm telling you guys. So that's not an example, okay? That's not a great example to no one. So if you are there as a manager, I figured you would take that position, that role, very serious. Like he mentioned, you lead by example. What message are you giving to your employees that are under you? If you're a manager, your supervisors, your other employees, what kind of example are you giving them? Not only that, do you really think that they're going to respect you? Okay, even better. Okay, how about the members? I've seen it. So do you think that if I have an issue, a problem, a situation, that I'm really going to go up to you? No. I mean, you're high as hell. Can you think right? Probably not. So why do you think it's okay to come to work during work, okay, lunch break, or whatever it is, high? Not okay. What do you think, Savan?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, it's leading by example. If your employees are going to be seeing you slacking off, they're going to slack off. They're going to see you not doing what you're supposed to, what they're supposed to. They're going to do the same thing. So it's just like a trickle down effect, I guess. And on to the next topic. Topic is gym trainers. um, there's a I don't know if there's a certain criteria, guys, for gym trainers. If I'm, let's say, a client coming into the gym, a newbie, or I just need, some advanced training or whatever it is. If I come hire a trainer, the guy has to look the part. I see many trainers, mainly in corporate gyms. It doesn't matter what kind of certification they got, whatever it is, they have to look the fucking part. I mean, I come see these people, they're overweight, they don't look the part, or they're underweight. They just, pretty much they don't look the part. I mean, I've been a trainer at these corporate gyms long time ago, and I never took the initiative to like not look like that. I always made sure I was on point. I look athletic or whatever the case is. You could tell which person looks like a trainer, which person doesn't. I mean, who are they? If you want advice from somebody, how are you gonna get advice from somebody that's overweight? Obviously, that's not the part that they want to portray, obviously, right? And also, some of these guys come in like, oh, in high school I used to be this, I was a football player, and now, I fell off, blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a fuck about what you did in the past, man. It's all about the present, right? So who cares what you were in the past? In the past, I had 6% body fat, 8% body fat. I had abs like year round. I don't have it now. You don't hear me talking back like, oh, back in the day I was this, I was that. No, you got to just keep working and just look the part. I mean, it's very, very simple. I mean, maybe it's not the trainer's fault. Maybe it's the people that are hiring. They're just eager to hire people just for whatever the fuck it is. But, plain and simple is at least look the part. Somewhat have a decent look when you're training people, because it shows other people in the gym see it. I mean, it's just pretty obvious that the part is not there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Am I tripping or?
No, you're right. You're right. And it's not only about playing the part, but it's more also like knowing what you're doing. Okay, because I see a lot of the times that so
Definitely.
Going based off of that also. I mean, I'll go back and forth, but it's like the way you look doesn't look right. I mean, I'll give you guys an example. If you call the cops and a fat cop shows up and somebody just robbed you, and it's a fat guy, you'd be like, what is this guy gonna do? Right? Well, same thing when it comes to a trainer. People are there because they want to change their bodies, whether it's losing weight, whether it's better eating habits, whatever it is that you're training for some type of show or a run or whatever it is. So if you don't look the part, then it's very hard for them to trust you or believe you that you are a trainer. And not to be rude, but like everybody can get a certification. I mean, I've heard people paying $2,000 for a certification, so anybody can do that.
Sure.
And guess what? You don't even got to pay it up front. You can do payments on it. So at the end of the day, it's very important to play the part and look the part. And also, when you get that type of client or person, know what their goals are. Because a lot of the times I see these trainers training these people that can't do the exercise, and you exhaust them. You don't motivate them by doing that. They don't want to come back. So if you want to create your clientele, that's not the way to do it. And also about playing the part, dress appropriately. I've seen even trainers at other gyms coming in with slides. Like, why? Well, once again, that's not appropriate attire as a trainer. Yeah, you don't look right. And like, I go back to the same thing. How about if I call the cops and the cops show up with slides? You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, this is not what I called you for. Once again, everybody has a uniform. As a trainer, your uniform is to look good and dress presentable. You're there to work out with them if it's necessary. It's not just about, oh, you do it and you go do this. No, it needs to be done correctly. But I've seen trainers not only overweight, doing some of these stretches that people can't do. You look worse than the client. So I don't even know how these clients even give it a try with you. And it's even happened with me. I'm sure it's happened with him where they've asked us if we're trainers, and then we're like, no, we redirect them to where they're at, and they laugh, they roll their eyes, and they're like, oh no, but can you train us? Well, no, I'm not a certified trainer or whatever is that I need. So at the end of the day, like, you need to look the part. And what he said also, we hear it all the time. I was a basketball player, I was a football player, and I look like this and I look like that, and then I look at him and I'm like, what happened?
I know. You guys are a suspect. I know who these people are. I mean, he knows what I'm talking about. Like, it's fucking beyond like imaginable. Like, I get it. Yeah, you were this and that, but when was that?
And to top it off, they love to say something about like, oh, I almost made it pro, bro, and but I got hurt in my shoulder, and I'm just like, look, we all get injured, we all, but once again, we got to try to do better. When you teach something, you got to set the example in every aspect of the word. So if you can't set the example, then honestly, you should not be a trainer. Just plain and simple. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, are you pretty much got that out of the way?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there's other gym staff, that we want to talk about, guys. The janitors, the cleaning people, the custodians, whatever you want to call it. Nothing wrong with them. We love them. They do their job like to the T. But this happens all the time, and it bugs the fuck out of me. Like when they're vacuuming, let's say during gym hours, busy hours, whatever it is. Let's just say, for example, the treadmill area or the cardio machines. They plug in their cord. They go all around. They zigzag through the machines. I mean, that's very, very, very dangerous, guys. I mean, it's not their fault because they're doing what, their job is what that entails. But that could be very dangerous, man. People could trip over cords. The machines can come off. Somebody's like running like full speed on the treadmill. If the cord comes off, that thing stops and they're going flying out the gym and shit. So that's very, very, very difficult. I mean, very, very, not difficult, but it's actually difficult to do during those times, but it's very dangerous. And also there's times where they go like throughout the gym, right?
Yeah.
You're between your set, you're getting up, you're like so zoned in your like set that you just did. You want to get up and you're going to get up, let's say to get your water or whatever it is. And then you trip over the wires, like not knowing they're there. And it's just, they got to be more cautious or aware of that stuff. I guess that goes to the gym managers or the managers of the custodians. That's their job, but that's like totally like uncalled for.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, it even happened today where I'm working out and I had some heavy dumbbells. I try to get up and I'm ready to re-rack, and the guy's like right in front of me. He's wiping down the mirrors, which I get it, guys. Like we all need a clean gym. It makes sense.
I love a clean gym. Yeah,
we love a clean gym when it smells good. The mirrors look good because we all like to take pictures and whatnot. But it's necessary in my eyes to say if the gym opens at, let's say 4 a.m., have people come in before. When there's nobody there, you'll be able to clean fully exactly what you need, and it'll be perfect. So when the gym opens or when the gym closes, have the cleaning staff come in, because if you guys have been to the gym from any time from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., it's a shit show. It's like you cannot get through anywhere. And then I still see the cleaning people trying to get through. And I'm like, man. For what? For what? And then what he's saying is true. Not only the cords, but they use some type of the vacuum that they use. The stick is like everywhere. And then I've even, when I've been like laying down, whether I'm doing chest or something, they're like under the chair, under the whatever.
Under the bench and everything.
And I'm like, how about if I need to drop this weight right now? Like, what are you going to do? Right? Get me in trouble probably because I just dropped the weight on your foot or wherever the weight goes. So it's like, it's just not, we need to do better as members to keep the gym clean, but at the same time, the janitor people need to find better either tactics or just not the time when somebody is on a machine,
or has to be time management, I guess.
Yeah. So that just needs to be better in that aspect. But Now going besides janitors, security. So yeah, I get we have security at I can say most gyms because unfortunately the times we're in, shit's crazy. But I don't know, like
Where are they?
yeah. What do you guys do? Like I don't see them. I was just at the gym today and I didn't see this guy. So I don't know what necessarily they do, but it's like, why are you there? You
Yeah, the
know?
only time I've seen them usually is like I don't go late to the gym, but when I do, sometimes when it's closing hours, they'll pop out of nowhere, and they're ready to get people out of there and lock up. But before that, I don't know where the hell they've been, where they've been hiding. They should at least like during busy hours, as you know, the parking lots are full,
Mm-hmm.
cars are just everywhere. They can at least direct traffic or something, and you don't even see them then. So like,
I
really don't know
totally
what.
totally agree with that. And the security supposedly with directing traffic, I go back to the same thing, that 6 to 9, 6 to 10 hour, everybody's off of work. It's like, you have people fighting out in the parking lot because, oh, I got here first and they're trying to get into it. And I'm like, where's security? And I have seen security a couple times, and you know what he's doing? He's on his phone. Because he's got his headphones on, and you can see his lips moving, and he ain't singing. Because I've gone off the car and I listen, he's having a conversation. What the fuck you doing? Like, where you need to be over there. Like, what was it that on the headphones? And then not only that, but it's not like he's walking around the parking lot. But you should see how he's walking. He's so into the conversation. He's like strolling. He's just not paying attention. Has no fucking idea. If something happens to either the cars, a member, or anything like that, would have no report to say to the police. Yeah, would have nothing to say because he's not around. He's just always on his phone. Every time I've seen this particular security, always on his phone. I mean, he must have a lot to say, but apparently, just why do we have security? What's the purpose of that?
Yeah, no point. I mean, especially apparently there's like a lot of theft goes on in the locker rooms, and
Yeah.
people's bags get stolen, this and that. But there's no like authority there, I guess.
Man, well, you know what, guys? We appreciate you guys tuning in one more time. We appreciate all the love, like always, that you guys give us. The comments, the likes. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. We've been posting on our page and on the Ash Show. We appreciate you guys. Everything that you guys have always given us, the likes, the comments, the good feedback. And we will say thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is the host, Savan. This is Renee. We out.
Peace.